Welcome back, everybody, to Dell's Ducks this week. After a fairly lengthy delay, we've been through a lot. Showcase tournament, Christmas break, and the team returned last weekend with a 3-game series against Steele County Blades, winning all 3. Let me start out by welcoming the coaching staff. Head Coach Bill Zaniboni in the middle, flanked by Jake Hebeisen and Alex Drulia. Welcome, all 3 of you.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Coach, at the beginning of the season, you were all alone on the bench.
Yep.
You got a little bit of help from Tony Bluski, who is sort of an unofficial member of the staff. And now here we are after Christmas. You got a full staff, a lot of people to bounce ideas off of, and I think you're pretty excited about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's always nice to be surrounded by people that support, what you're doing, right, and have the same goal. And getting Jake back was awesome, and we kind of knew it was coming for a while, and to have a guy like that back that's been kind of through highs and lows with the organization and me as a coach, and just kind of know how we work together and what we kind of look for is always nice. And with an unexpected injury to Alex, it was easy to have him stay around with the guys, and he's got a great mind for hockey and the way that he thinks the game, and maybe a future for him too, doing this kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's cool. Let's start with Jake just quickly. I know you've already been on once, Jake, but you came back right around Thanksgiving, I believe, and it seemed like it seemed like you pretty much picked up where you left off. I know there was a lot of people that were sort of new faces to you and stuff like that. How long did it take you to feel comfortable?
Well, I mean, pretty much felt comfortable right away. I mean, it's a situation I've been in before. The nice thing was coming back, getting on the road right away on that college trip was pretty easy for me to kind of learn all the new faces, since there was only, I think, 5 or 6 returners at that point. So wasn't much of a learning curve coming back this year.
Okay. And Alex, going from player to coach can be difficult for some. Your relationship with the other players has to change a little bit. Has it been pretty smooth transition for you?
Yeah, it's been pretty good. Like, they all respect me, and they're all glad to have me back, and it's nice to be back with the boys and coming to the rink every day.
It's a great idea, Coach, to have Alex with Jake. They work closely together, I believe, with the defense, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, I let Alex actually run the forwards,
okay,
and Jake runs the D, and then I kind of, it helps me be able to maybe coach and teach a little bit more and help out on both sides. Alex is he actually just come up with a new way of helping us break down some film and getting some clips, and so it's actually been a really good group so far.
Yeah, it seems like you got a nice routine in there, even on game day. You get a lot done, I think.
Yeah, I think it's very productive, and it's fun. It's fun to be around these two.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about where we're at. I'm sure most of the viewers have kept up on how the team's been doing, but the 3 wins at the showcase, all 3 really close games, but in the end, Ducks victories. Never been beat in the showcase against the Central Division. That's not a hugely important stat, but something I'm sure that you're pretty proud of. And then keep it going against the Blades. Now a 7-game winning streak going all of a sudden.
Yeah, no, it's nice to get back on the horse and get these guys moving in the right direction again, coming down the stretch. So it's those 3 games at the showcase, it was different with the 2 halves, and seeing teams that you never saw before. But I thought, with the video and stuff that we did prior to game time, I thought our guys adapted nicely and worked hard and came back after break, re-energized and ready to go.
Okay. Jake, one of the high points in the Saturday game, 2 shorthanded goals on the same penalty kill. Not since the days of Ian Harris that we heard those kind of stats. And for a guy who looks after the defense and looks after the penalty kill specifically, that's something you got to really hang your hat on, I think.
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely, I mean, whenever you can get a shorthanded goal, that's always a boost. But where we were at in that game, to get two like that back to back, I think, is a testament to the guys that were out there. I mean, we put in a lot of time on special teams going into the weekend. We emphasized a lot of stuff, and I think for them to go out and execute, you just kind of see the possibilities that can come out when you're actually working hard and putting in the effort that you need.
And Alex, the team has ridiculous numbers defensively, less than 50 goals against, I believe, at this point. If there's been a struggle, it might be getting goals at key times. It did look like this past weekend the goals were coming a little bit more frequently, and the Sunday game with 3 in the third, coach was really happy about that in the ninth period of the weekend to come alive and get those 3 goals. That's got to be something that makes you feel really good about the future for the defense or the offense. Excuse me.
Yeah, guys are starting to gel together now. Now that it's after Christmas break, so everyone's starting to get to know each other and just work on offense.
Okay. Now, Coach, I know if you had your way, you'd probably give them Christmas Day off, but not much more than that.
Yeah, that'd be it.
You're not a big fan of long breaks, and unfortunately, there's been a number of them this year. Do you have to kind of go back to square one every time they come back, or is the starting point a little bit further down the road?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think you hit on the head there. I mean, you gotta try to ease them back into it right away. We don't want to come in after a 14 break and 14-day break and expect guys to be where they were when they left. And that's something as a player that I went through, and so my expectations are probably a little bit different. But I expect, the work ethic to be there and the brains to be there. I knew we were getting tired during the weekend on the 3 games. But, the decision-making and stuff like that is what we emphasized between periods. And, the biggest thing is having our third period of our third game, probably be our best offensive period. And they weren't extremely nice goals. They were just hard-working guys going to the net. Just time to throw pucks there and crash and bang and get dirty goals. And, we always say to win a championship, you have to win games on the road, and that's how you're going to do it.
Okay. Now, it's nothing new to make some moves during the season. The guys, you love all the guys, but you pretty much know in September that that's not the team that's going to end the season. There was a couple moves over the Christmas holidays, obviously welcoming back Colin Cross is something that has been talked about for weeks. I think it went beyond the rumor stage pretty quickly, and it seems like he made a pretty immediate impact on the team. I thought that I really sensed the team that was rowing together this past weekend. I mean, I'm not going to put all on him, but I think that helped, and you made a player move over Christmas. Do you feel pretty good about the way things are right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think, we still got some areas to improve on. But, I think, we added Zach Peterson from Wausau. Right. And he skated with us during the showcase. Yep. But, his first regular season games were this past weekend. And we had Joshua Malin, come in and step in and play his first couple games here this weekend. And same thing with Crosser. So, it was nice to get 3 guys, new faces, kind of, I guess, new tools to our toolbox and see what they're going to bring. And, I think they all added some depth for us, and that's a good thing. Okay.
Now, in the case of Peterson and Cross, a couple players that have played a limited amount of hockey before arriving here.
Yep.
And I'll ask all 3 of you, actually. I mean, did you see a shift-to-shift improvement in those guys? And do you feel like their conditioning is coming back pretty quick?
Well, I think conditioning-wise, that takes time, right? It's not something that happens over a day, but they all work hard, and they're very in tune with what's going on around them, and learning from each other. I think all 3 guys are very team-based guys, which is a good thing. That always helps, coming down the stretch to have guys believing in what's going on and understanding what it takes to win games. So, for that aspect, I think we're good. But yeah, I think, as a staff, you can never be totally happy, right, until you hold some kind of hardware.
Okay. Now, Jake Cross has been a key player in the penalty kill in past seasons, and I would think that having him back makes that area a little bit stronger pretty quick.
Yeah, absolutely. Getting Cross back is great because you add, another guy to the kill, but also he's a centerman too. So, you can never speak enough on how crucial it is having guys that can go in and win those face-offs for you as well. So, we spotted him in. He killed some penalties this last weekend, and he knows he'll get a little bit more time probably once he gets his legs back underneath him. But I thought, for how long he's been back, I thought he did a pretty nice job this past weekend.
And Alex, I would think in the case of Peterson, you really see those flashes of offensive capability. That's something that's pretty exciting. He's going to put the puck in the net. He's been a little bit snake bit so far, but I think that it's pretty obvious that he's going to help the team offensively, I think.
Yeah, he's a goal scorer, and he's pretty good defensively too.
Okay, so I hope all of you enjoyed your Christmas break, and now you're kind of back at it. You do have a week off now, but I would assume that you have a pretty much sort of a 2-week prep game plan with a pretty big game on the horizon, Coach.
Yeah, we're just we're trying to keep the guys fresh right now. I think that's the biggest thing, right? Keep them on the ice and keeping them moving here. A little bit tough trying to get back in the swing of things when you get a week off already. But I think our guys kind of know what's at hand and know what's at stake and want to put ourselves in the best position come towards the end of the year. And we got a couple guys here that are committed to schools. We got 2 more that are going on visits, and I think that always fuels the fire for every other guy in that locker room.
Yeah, that's another thing that we should probably let the viewers know about. We have had 3 commitments now, 2 to the same school, I believe.
Yeah, 2 to Morrisville State.
That'd be Brady and Ian Wood, both going to Morrisville. And Matt Millendorf has committed to, and I apologize, I forget the name of the school.
Trinity.
That's a Boston school, am I right?
It's actually in Connecticut.
Connecticut.
Yeah, they're right now. I think they're 10th in the nation, Division III.
So all 3 of them going to the East Coast. It's
All 3, yeah.
that, a lot of them looking to the East Coast. That's a little bit different. We've had a few out to the East Coast before, but definitely a lot of guys looking east right now.
Yeah, Lane Martin's obviously at Morrisville, and he's having a lot of success. And a teammate of Brady and Bradley's who was our captain out Bozeman, plays at Morrisville as well. And so the guys that we've sent there have done well, and that always helps out giving other guys opportunities too. So a coach will look at the same program. And those guys went out for a visit. They enjoyed it, and it was an easy decision, I think, for some of those guys. And we'll see what happens. Hopefully, we get as many as we possibly can this year.
Okay. Now, you did hint when I talked to you after the game for the newspaper on Sunday that you had some specific ideas to kind of keep things fresh and maybe in an upbeat kind of way. I don't know if you want to give any details on that, if it's just up-tempo practices, or do you have some specific sort of plans that you're thinking about?
Well, I think right now, we just got to keep the guys, they just came back from break, and and they're having fun being back with each other, and there's a lot of energy, and as a staff, it's our job to kind of, be creative and keep things going that way. And I think our practices so far this week have been really up-tempo. We've done a skill day where we're just working on getting better in different areas, and it keeps it fun for these guys. And I think Coach Drulia brought it up, and Coach Jake has kind of went out and done some hard research for us and figured out how to keep things fun, maybe off of the ice. And it's just stuff to keep guys' minds on task and enjoying what they're doing day by day.
Okay. Now, I did want to talk to you guys a little bit about pregame things. One of the things that I've noticed this season, and it's kind of an interesting thing. First of all, Coach, I think that you pretty much have an open policy that, as far as game prep, I get the feeling that you're pretty much, you don't really care what they do as long as they get ready for the game. I know during intermission, some of the guys don't go to the locker room, they sit out here, and there's different things everybody does, and I know you've talked to me about the sort of the procedure you went through when you were a player. I think you used to eat a Snickers bar before every game or something like that, didn't you?
Absolutely. It's
Yeah.
caught up to me now, but yeah, absolutely.
But all the different rituals, and I remember last year, if I'm not mistaken, one guy, and I think it was Scotty Vogelsang, I could be mistaken, used to go out on the ice and do stick handling with the puck before the game. He'd be out there an hour and a half or whatever, just doing little moves, walking around by the bench. That has grown into literally at least half the team now, out
Yeah.
on the ice 90 minutes to an hour before the game, doing like in civvies, wearing shoes, shooting pucks at the net, passing them. And I don't know if they're still doing the soccer, but it's become part of the ritual. And it's as long as things are going well, you got to be pretty happy with it, I think.
Yeah, I think guys are at the point here at their age and career where they understand that it's going to be up to them whether they're in a lineup or not, and where they put themselves on the depth chart, right? So if I force guys to do certain things and it doesn't make them feel the right way before they have to go out and perform, then that would be a negative
Okay.
thing that a staff would do. So, we just make sure that they're here at the appropriate time. Lately we've been doing video day of the game. So we've had them here 3 hours early, and it gives them plenty of time to go prepare and do whatever. A lot of guys play, they play soccer. A lot of guys are on the ice. Jake Steinman used to sit in that locker room and eat candy and Pringles. And it's whatever is going to help them perform the best, and they understand that. We're not gonna press the issue.
Okay. Some people are really loose before a game. Some people are really, you don't really want to talk to them and stuff. They kind of go to a special place, and I guess you pick up on that as a coach, pretty quick. Who's who and who you can go up to and chat with and stuff like that.
Yeah, to be honest, we kind of stay in the office and let those guys have that room to themselves and do whatever they need to do, and we try to keep loose too. We try to stay in there and joke around and laugh. I can tell you right now, this past weekend we had the football games on, and
Yeah.
we're trying to keep our minds off it, but all the preparation is already done by then. So
Yeah.
our Thursdays are very long here. Our Thursday and Thursday nights are long, and we try to get everything done and make sure that we're ready to go when we come in here in our suits.
Yeah, that's interesting to know. The coaching staff does endless preparation in terms of watching video, putting scouting packages together. They have these guys prepped, and they do it all ahead of time, usually Thursday night. And I don't know if that's part of the pregame ritual, but you have a skate sharpening night here, and a lot of the guys are out on the ice at midnight doing things. So I guess that's all part of it. And it just, whatever, most hockey teams are pretty superstitious about that stuff. You're not going to change anything if you're winning.
Well, no, I think what we do, I think, as a staff, we're happy with what we do, and we just want to make sure that we give the guys the best chance to succeed. That's the only thing we can do, right, as a staff. There's no more, remote controllers where we're correcting guys on the ice. It's just you do the best you can, and make sure the guys are working hard.
Okay. Now, you always tell me that you like to go one game at a time as far as the way you prep and stuff like that. Are you looking past your next game at all as far as how many games you have left and what you hope to do? Any of that kind of stuff, when you look at the season that's left?
I don't even know who we play next.
You don't know who you play next?
No, I worry about what we have to do, and I would think that right now that should be the main focus on us is what we need to do to get better.
Okay.
I just we can't worry about everyone else. We're still in a position, I feel, that we can control where we finish and what we do, and that's the mentality that we try to project to these guys, and the mentality that we want in the locker room.
Okay. Alex, is it any different as a coach than it was as a player as far as how you look at games or series or anything like that?
Not really. As a player, you still watch video every day. And I mean, you come to the rink a couple hours early, and it's not really any different. I mean, I'm still here probably 4 hours before a game, and I mean, in the morning we do video, so we have all the notes ready for the guys when they get here, and that's the only thing that's changed, really.
Did you get butterflies before games, and do you now as a coach? I mean, is it?
No, I never have. It's something I love to do, so.
So you just feel like you're ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay. Jake, anything in as far as your pregame sort of rituals or anything like that that changed when you became a coach?
Probably, I mean, I listen to a lot less music now. Don't really need to get myself psyched up. It's more about making sure everybody, just making sure everybody's prepared. Try to make sure the players know everything they need to know, about what we're trying to do that night. And most importantly, I guess, make sure that I've got enough gum for the coaching staff for every period that night. That's about it for me, though.
It's much appreciated.
Yeah.
You do a lot of sort of off-ice stuff leading up to the game, too. You're responsible for a lot of things that, people don't really know about as far as, just to make the game happen. Does that take you away from the game at all?
Usually not. I try to get all that stuff done as early as I can on a game day. It's the same stuff I've been doing, for the last 4 years now. So it's pretty much know everything I need to get done. And if I can have it all done a certain time before the game, then, everything's usually fine. So.
Okay. Coach, any hockey-related New Year's resolutions for you?
No, just trying to stay calm and relax. I guess that's the best way to do it, but my stress ball just broke, so.
Yeah, the players are going to pay the price.
No, I mean, the biggest thing is we just want to make sure that, we have guys in the right areas to succeed and try to be not as human as possible and try to not to make mistakes doing that because, it's we have a lot to help these guys with, and we want to make sure that we're doing things the right way.
All right. Jake, any real New Year's resolutions that are related to hockey at all?
No, not that I can think of.
Okay. Alex?
No, I got nothing.
All right, so we're going to call it a week here, and I would like to say congratulations to Jake before we leave. Jake is returning to school, I believe next week maybe, at UW Baraboo, or UW Sauk County, I guess it's actually called now, heading towards, I believe, a teaching degree. Am I right?
Yep.
Congratulations on that, Jake.
Yeah, thanks, Jimmy.
And obviously, we're glad to have you back in town, and we wish you the best in your, I believe, your final semester at the community college level. So good luck with that, and good luck, guys, through this weekend. We'll talk again next week leading up to the team's second last road trip of the season. They will be, and this is going to be news to the coach, I guess. They are at Rochester next Friday. I'm not sure what that is. It might be the 23rd or 24th. And then they are going to be at Maple Grove on the Sunday getaway, and that'll leave just 2 road games to go. So we'll see you next week, and thanks, coaches, for joining me tonight, and good luck the rest of the way.
Yeah, thanks, Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Thanks.